Hey y'all, and welcome to the Ultimate Simsies channel. Honestly, I don't even know if that's gonna be my name yet, but y'all, I know we're starting at level 24, but I just had to start it. Okay, I originally started filming at level 1, but honestly, it never gave until we got our money up. Okay, stop playing. We got our properties up. Y'all see, we got people around town. You know, if you're a Simster, level 24 means that you have 24 Sims. And here they are in full living color. And I put everybody at their home because guess what? You guessed it. Today we're doing house tours. So we're going to start with the money household, okay? Now, originally, the money household lived here. As you can see, it is not empty. All right? The money household was dropped into this place, okay, right? Parents deceased. The descendants had the basically they got the inheritance of the family, the money household family, and they resided here. Now this house is now empty because of separations and divorces and children, but originally the original money children grew up right here, and their beds are still here. There was 2 girls and a guy that lived here that wasn't a money child, but he was living here under the care of who we know as Miss Money right here, who is now Miss Ferrari because she got remarried, who was taking care of her because of her friend who is not a great father, who you can see here is Zala, and he is the father of Benji Hall. Now that they're all grown up, they have better relationships, and they have other children of their own that they care for a bit better. So let's go and meet where Miss Money lives now. So this is Miss Money's household. I'm calling her Miss Money because that's how we first knew of her as, but now she's Miss Ferrari. She's the most stylish. She's the most flyest. And honestly, she's had a change of heart. She used to be very, very mean, very heartless, very cold, and she didn't take care of her children. She actually had a nanny who became her best friend, which we'll meet later down the road. But she was not the nicest parent until her children became teens, and she realized that making money is less important than your relationship with your children, and it's important. She realized that, and then she started to actually bond with her kids and actually love her kids, have a relationship with the kids, because originally her nanny really had a better relationship with her kids than she did herself. And I find that being a problem for a lot of rich families in general. So she ended up having problems with her husband, who we know as Mr. Money, not Mr. Money, but Biggie J Money, who they are now divorced, and she's now remarried to Mr. Jace Ferrari, who is a world-class athlete, and he's just really a soft-spoken, easygoing guy. He takes care of the children. He doesn't really believe in the traditional gender roles. Where is he at? This is Jace Ferrari. This was his house originally, and when Mr. Money and Miss Money started dating, where'd Miss Money go? Miss Ferrari. Sorry, Mr. Money. I keep calling. When Jace and Miss Ferrari started dating, he brought her here and he was like, yeah, I made my house. I built it so that, my future wife would just slip right into it. And Miss Money loved it. She loved the talk. He didn't talk her ear off, but he backed it up with words. He dated her and courted her accordingly, and he softened her heart. Another thing about Mr. Jace Ferrari is that he embraced her children, and her children love him, and he is very, very nice. But they came to know each other, I believe, when her children were just about to leave their toddler stages. So they've been together for a while. So they're very comfortable, they're very affectionate, and very nice to one another. So we really love this couple. This is our star couple. They're the richest couple, and the couple we say that hosts the money. So basically, you see that 6-figure number up there, okay? That belongs to Miss Money. Everyone typically just works for Miss Money. Miss Ferrari. Her name is Miss Ferrari now, guys. Help me. And she gifts people houses. She also hosts parties at her house. She takes care of other people's children when they're working. So she's not just type some cruel master, but she's actually more so like a loving mother, a matriarch of the family, because she's the oldest person. She would be the first person really to become an elder. So this is her money, this is her town. She owns all the property here, but she gifts people in property because that's what rich people do. They give each other houses. But moving on to her children. So she has 3 children and counting, but her youngest child lives with her, and her name is Ace. Ace, where are you? Ace is a very active child, might I add. She's the sweetest little thing. She's very, very sweet and very loving. She loves spending time with her dad, Jace Ferrari. They have literally the best relationship. And yeah, that's just like her, like daddy's little girl type vibes. She loves her dad. But in this, with her relationship with Ace, Miss Ferrari was able to like redeem herself as a mother, as she was raising Ace from childhood to birth through childhood, and she still has a long way to go. Like, she's not even a preteen yet. She's literally a little baby child. But Ace is the sweetest little baby ever. Look at them dancing together. It's so cute. She's dancing with her father. And y'all might be wondering, who are these other little beauty-headed kids running around here? These are the other children of the town that Miss Money helps raise while their parents are at work, like I said before. This is Belize Money, who you may be confused, has the same last name as another person, because she is Miss Money's niece. Her brother married her once nanny, and they had children, and Belize now just stays with her. She's younger than Ace. She actually just aged up yesterday. Ace has been a toddler for a while. But you guys will meet Largenta, who is Belize Money's mother, and just a little bit here. But yeah, she's a toddler. She's cute. She glitches a lot though, so she be freaking me out a little bit. And this right here is Milo. Milo is the son of what's his name? Last name Fox, but Opulence, who also was kind of like a troubled teen and moved into Miss Money as her charity case. And at the beginning, she was just doing it to say she was being nice and she was like kind of helping her out. But she went through a lot of ups and downs, problems with hanging around the wrong people, doing the wrong things. So she stayed with Money until they actually became really close. And now she takes care of her child. Opulence ended up getting married to a guy that she thought was the man of her dreams, but they're currently having problems, so they're separated and currently living in this room at Miss Money's house. So Opulence is not here. She was out exploring, finding herself, and so her child is staying with Miss Ferrari right now. So of course, it is a lot of Miss Ferrari, but she doesn't work. She has people working for her, so she has the flexibility to take care of other people. So, oh, cute. Milo and her are now friends, and Milo is the sweetest little boy. He's also so cute when he puts on his nice clothes. But absolutely love this house. It's beautiful. I never get tired of playing in it. But yeah, first off, Miss Ferrari, she always gets the best clothes, best hairstyles. She just be eating them up. And also have 2 pets. This right here is Ferrari, our cat, our first pet. And this right here is Cash, and he's a puppy. But the kids can play with the puppy. It's so cute when they do it too. So yeah, Miss Money is funny thing about Miss Money, her hobby is in breakdancing, y'all. Very funny, and she's actually very good at it now. So that is the Ferrari household. Jace actually doesn't do too much. He doesn't talk that much, but he does do what he needs to do as a man. He works, and he provides and is very loving to Miss Money, and that's Miss Ferrari, and that's all we need from him. So that is the Ferrari household. Let's move on to our next household, actually our second household, which is the other Money household. Now, Dr. More Money, not here. That is not Dr. More Money. There's an incident that just happened in this house that left the family in shambles. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you about Mr. More Money. Mr. More Money is a very esteemed doctor. He has his doctorate in art. See, him and his son. You saw how he just turned around? Him and his son are actually very much so in a furious argument right now. His son kicked over the trash can, but we will get to that in a second. Dr. More Money is married to Largenta Money, who is Miss Ferrari's former nanny. You can see here that she is very beautiful, has a very beautiful skin complexion, matches with her husband. They're very much so in love, but right now they are not very much so happy with each other. The problem is that Savas, their son, who is a very responsible oldest son, brother to Belize you met just in the other household, is upset with them because it seems as if they're taking care of everybody else's children but them. Dr. More Money and Largenta are now actual doctors, and they work at the medical hospital. Where did they go? They work at the medical hospital, and they work really long hours, 12-hour, 10-hour shifts, leaving Savas at home with baby Belize a lot. This isn't cool because a lot of life that Belize lived was lived without her mother, Largenta, and her father right here. So he's upset that they weren't being responsible, and considering the fact that they're pediatric doctors, and she was also a nanny in her old life, he would have thought that he would have got the same care from his parents. So he's upset. They actually just had a huge argument. They're not happy at all with each other, and he was just about to leave. Savas works a lot. He's not in school. He is troubled, and he has some anger issues, I'll be honest, as I click rude. But him and his parents have severed their relationship before. He gave them another chance because he moved out and ran away with Belize to their Miss Ferrari's former personal chef, who was also like their godmother. Excuse me, not romantic. And he came home finally, made amends, and they ended up overworking themselves again, leaving him having to care for Belize. Belize ended up having to move with Miss Ferrari because Savas had to work. Savas had to provide for himself. He's an older man now. He's not a teen. And he was just feeling really unloved. So now he's going to actually leave and go to Miss Money's house, who's not his godmother, but he came over here a couple times. You know, they're very, Miss Money and Miss Largenta are very close friends. They're best friends. They're the first best friends in this game. They help each other throughout their pregnancies, and they're very close. So every time they have a pregnancy, whichever one is having the pregnancy, their friend will come and stay with them for a couple of days, take care of the baby, take care of the other children if they have them, call each other up, and yeah. So Savas is going to greet Miss Ferrari. Miss Ferrari's very cool with her male children, or male, kind of her godchildren, I'd say. And they all relatable. She's like that fun auntie that you would expect to just be loving and understanding to every situation and give you the best advice. So they always come to her or call her when they're upset. So she's going to stay here. He's going to stay here, take care of Belize while he's kind of going to try and figure out what he's going to do next, considering the fact that he can't rely on his parents anymore. So, Savas, go do some researching on the computer, find you a job, and look for life, okay? Moving on to the next household, Biggie J. Eero. Now, Biggie J. Eero, what do we have to say about Vicky J. Earl? Oh my gosh. So he's kind of a bro, like a gym bro, a surfer boy. A little bit arrogant, knows he has money, knows he's good looking. Used to be married to, of course, Miss Ferrari. And fathers two of her children. That one of them actually lived with her. The second child, his youngest child. I don't see her here though. I don't know where she is. Mulani. Oh, she's here. Hold on. Mulani, right here, is his second child. Who we love, Mulani actually. Who has to live with him because she's still underage. Vicky J. Earl. What do we have to say about Vicky J. Earl? Where did he go even? Okay, Vicky J. Earl, he ended up finding love again through the dance of salsa. And he, that was short-lived. They ended up, I believe they got married or he proposed. But she ended up leaving town actually. So she's no longer with us. But she was basically the rebound from Miss Money. Vicky J. Earl wasn't still the best father, the best man to Mulani, which severed their relationship. But now he is trying to, he did some work on himself. He still works a lot. He's very well off. He has this very huge house. He just doesn't know how to decorate it. He's very well off. And he's trying to do better for himself. He's trying to do better for his relationship with his daughter. He's very overprotective over his one daughter, and has met someone new. And we're hoping that this lasts. Her name is Tina Snow. She's not very significant at all. Like, there's not much to say about her. She's just kind of a bot, and they are dating. So, yeah. They spend a lot of time together. They do salsa together because that's the one thing he really does love is his salsa dance. And he taught her how to do salsa. So Tina is Latina. And Vicky J. Earl is just, it's just a white man. And he's chill. I don't know where he's going now. I thought he was going to go swim, but whatever. About Mulani. Mulani does not like this woman over here, Tina Snow. He's tired of the woman coming in and out of her life. He wants her to find love and she also just wants to be 18 so she can move out. Mulani has had a lot of different phases of her life. She was a tomboy when she was a teenager. She came out like that when I aged her up, but she is finding herself. She went through a period of time where she wanted to be a model. She stopped doing that and started to do music. She's just trying to cope with like her and her dad's not having the best relationship. Her dad did not like her gothic phase that she had either. And she's trying to just find herself in this world. So she's trying dresses. She changes her style up a lot, much like her mother. And she has a great relationship with her mother. Recently, they've been doing some repairs on their relationship so they can have a better relationship. And currently it seems to be working. But they used to argue a lot. She used to just stay in her room. And she, she has her own, like, private room. This is her suite. It's, like, very different from the rest of the house. It's completely separate, actually. And this is her bedroom. Besides being a tomboy, she loves the color pink. And yeah, this is her bedroom. This is her bathroom. And this is her private recording studio. And she now does the teen idol hobby. So she is a musician. And yeah, she has her own recording studio. And yeah, you can like mix back here. It's very much so boho-y. But yeah, this is where she spends most of her time. Just getting music out, trying to become something. But I know she's going to be successful. She's a really hard worker. But now she's just going to call her mom because, she always gives her mom updates since she can't live with Miss Ferrari. She gives her mom updates, especially when, their relationship is going good or bad. She can't really do much because she doesn't have custody over Mulani right now. But she does visit Mulani, and they do love each other really, really, very, very much. So she's just calling her mom. So yeah, that's the Biggie J household money situation. Big household, no one to fill it. So let's move on to our next household. I'm sorry for the mishap, y'all. We are now at the residence of the Halls. Okay, now this house has come a long way. I like to say that I built this myself. I made all the rooms. I made I furnished it all by myself. I'm very proud of it. Honestly, it's due for some upgrades, but we will do renovations at $1 million. But we've been growing we've been growing our money pot for quite some time now, and I am ready. I'm so ready to grab this do this renovations on my house. So there's a lot going on. I'll explain just the structure of the house. There are 2 households in this one house. So on this side over here, this living room, this kitchen, this bathroom, and this bedroom is one residence, and it has an upstairs from these stairs right here to another loft area with plants and things, and play area for the children, and of course the fashion design stations, and a bathroom. So this is one residence. On the other side, we have another residence that belongs to a lot of her name is a lot of money. I'll show y'all her in a minute. But they have a downstairs starting here. This is their entrance. They come in. This is their living room. They have a small kitchenette area where there are no kitchen utensils, but there is cabinets. They also have a bathroom right here, I guess, in the kitchen. That's so unsanitary. Oh my god, I don't even know why I did that. And they have this living room area that goes to another living room area. I don't know. I don't understand why I did that. But this is the nicer area. I guess you can call this their foyer. And they go upstairs and they have their real living room with the TV and stuff. And it goes into their bathroom. They have a hallway that takes you to another hallway that leads you to their kitchen and their bedroom, where the 2 reside. But the people that live in this house full time is number 1. Let's start with Zala. And everybody's name has to do with money because they're supposed to be affluent. So Zala, dollar, Zalar, Zala Money, Zala Hall. Zala original name is Zala Hall. He came into the game as kind of like a wild card. His fashion sense is impeccable. He just was a player in his younger days, leaving him leaving women in distress, to say the least. I'll say that. He was once married to Sylvia Hall, who where is she at? Sylvia actually became a different person after her relationship with Zala a long time ago, y'all, months and months and months and months and months ago. I feel almost a year ago they were married, and they separated because Zala is a player, and he low-key high-key cheated on her with Opulence, who we have yet to meet. But Opulence used to live with Miss Ferrari, right? Opulence lived with Miss Ferrari, and she Zala Hall was very close with Miss Ferrari's family, who would go over there pretty often, and one thing led to another. He cheated and he ended up dating her, divorcing Sylvia after they had a kid, and Sylvia just went off the yerks. She didn't want to care for her child anymore. She left her child with Zala, who was, of course, unfit to be a good parent, which led Zala's son is Benji. Benji lives here, but we'll get to that part later. Benji, when he was a child, this is Benji right here, ended up having to go live with Miss Ferrari because, she was taking in all the children at that point, and she raised him like his own after she got herself together too, because we said, she was into that hustle culture before she was into having a relationship with her kids. So boom. He ended up living with her for a long time, all the way really into his adulthood, and finally Zala, got himself together. He ended up leaving opulence and focused on his relationship with Benji. He would come over to Miss Ferrari's house like every other day. And him and Benji actually became best friends when he was a teenager. Actually, when he was a toddler, they had a good relationship all the way up until then. But originally, when he was a child, when he was an infant, he was very much so neglected. So him and his father, Zala, right there, Benji right there, are very, very close. Now, Zala, he ended up getting back with Sylvia after they realized they had so much in common. After they broke up, they both ended up becoming fashion designers. She can't work. Let me fix that. But they both ended up becoming affluent fashion designers, and they bonded over that. And they fell back in love. So now they're dating. They're very much so in love. And they have a child, and her name is Kyler. But it's spelled killer. But her name is Kyler. I don't know where she went, though. Where is Kyler? My baby. Oh, there she goes. She's just sitting. She's supposed to be... Hold on. Go play your xylophone. She needs to build up her hobby so she could be a very smart... Actually, no. Let's try walking. Let's try walking. That's cute. But Kyler and Sylvia have the best relationship. She is not neglectful to Kyler at all. She keeps her right under her nose. And she's very spoiled because Mr. Hall, Zala, and Sylvia are very affluent. They built this house with their own money. And now their grandchildren live with them. So they live in this portion of the house that I first showed you, this living room that turns to a kitchen all the way to this master bedroom. It's 1 bedroom, 2 bathroom. They actually were so generous to give or bless, really, their child, Benji, when he got older, and their daughter-in-law, a lot of money, who is Miss Ferrari's daughter, oldest daughter, and basically an apartment in their house, so they won't have to go get a new place to live when they had their child. So they're not married yet. Honestly, she was a teen when they met, and they've been together since high school. Actually, no, they've been together since middle school, so they're very much so. They know each other's families very well, because they grew up together. So they love each other very much. And it wasn't hard at all for Zala to give over a piece of his property to basically another one of his already daughters, because they were already close when, they decided that they wanted to be a couple. So unfortunately, a lot of money got pregnant, and she has a child. Now her name is Marilyn Money. Actually, no, Marilyn Hall. She's Benji Hall's daughter. And they are planning to get married. They are engaged. Their engagement was beautiful, you guys. I wish I could show you. Their engagement was beautiful. They're on the road to getting married and getting their life together. Yeah, we're really excited for that. But this is their area over here. Let's go upstairs. They have a little living room, a little bathroom, a changing table, and a place for her to, Marilyn, to play and grow. She loves it here. And the families are very close, so a lot of times they bring the babies out so they can play together in the living room. So it's a very peaceful household. Everybody gets along here. There's not that much drama. We're just waiting to save up so we can plan for Benji and a lot of money's wedding. A lot of money is an adult now, so she is able to move out, and she's very close with Miss Fari as well. Her last name did not change to Ferrari because she is still the daughter of Biggie J Money, who we met just previously. Right now, Benji, Zala's son, look at them talking. They're so cute. Is a politician, and he took after his father, who was formerly a politician. He still works as a politician sometimes. He's already famous enough. He doesn't really have to run for office. He just is in the circle, and he makes bank on top of being a fashion designer. His son is now a politician as well because he wanted to take after his father, and he's providing for his family now. A lot of money is focused on raising her daughter, Marilyn, and she hates the workforce. She already went out to look for a job. She called around, looked online, and she decided that planting is going to be her way of work because you could make a lot of money off planting. She just has to get good at it. So she's going to be a botanist and work at home and raise her child while her husband provides for her. But yeah, she and Benji are very much so in love. We're gonna let our infant crawl so they can give each other some hugs. But yes, they're very much so in love. Oh no! Oh! I almost made them get married on accident. Oh no! It's not time for marriage. We gonna go crazy for the marriage. When they are ready. But I'm gonna just have them be funny. They are so cute together. I absolutely love them. And of course, she gets a little bit of Miss Ferrari's inheritance because, her mother is a matriarch and all this money belongs to her. So we're going to pause here. That was a pretty long video about our first 3 households. Very crucial households, might I add. And yeah, this is really the core. There's other characters that we know are supporting actors, I feel, into the core family. But they're all nevertheless very important and funny, and they have their own lore to go with this main storyline. So we'll get back to that later. But thank y'all for watching. Subscribe if you want. Have a good night.